There's a population of 7.5 billion humans and 19 billion chickens at any given time. If there was a chicken rebellion, how would you prepare to fight off your 2.7 chickens, give or take a few? First, I would cross the road. Why did you cross the road? In order to beat the enemy, you've got to think like the enemy. A wooden stick. My uncle locked me in a coop with aggressive chickens once and told me to fight them with a wooden stick. And it was pretty effective. I've been trained for this. When you were partying, I studied the coop. When you were having premarital sex, I mastered the coop. While you wasted your days at the gym in pursuit of vanity, I cultivated inner strength. And now that the world is on fire and the chickens are at the gate, you have the audacity to come to me for help. Carrot, the world is on fire, and #THE chickens are at the gate. I will attack the eyes of my 039 human. My fellow chicken or chickens will attack the groin. // pulls out notapad / Genesis, is that you? So approximately each person handles 3 chicken. I think I can kill 3 chickens. But that's per person. You can expect the elderly and babies to be easy prey for the chickens, leaving more for everyone else. I can handle 30 chickens. // starts up the flamethrower / Throw styrofoam on the ground. Those dumb shits never stop pecking it, trying to eat it, realizing it's inedible, then pecking it again. Its pockets and foreground birds. Is this like one of those animal-logical bug loops I read once about some type of insect you could mess with by repositioning its prey over and over, and it'd get stuck in a loop? I guess this would be a milder scenario, but still. Priority 1 is to deal with the chickens that my stepdaughter has to deal with. She's 4. I think she could go 1 vs 1. But 2 vs 1 she'd need a little help. Then once I get one down, I pick it up and use it like a club. It's time to reassert the pecking order. Between you, you have to deal with 4 chickens. I have 4 kids and a vegan best friend. I'm responsible for at least 16 chickens. Duck it. Give me a KSG-12 and I'll use it like a club on the last 3. A frying pan W's during and after the fight. I second this. Conceptually, yes, though most people are unprepared for the visceral chore of plucking a chicken. Preheat the oven to 180°/350 F. Finely chop 7 onions and add to fresh sage and breadcrumbs. Combine with a beaten egg and season with salt and pepper. You'll have time to peel the potatoes later. Now to punt the duckers. Yeet. 2.7. Give or take a few. Cockfights. Are you suggesting we use our cocks as weapons? We turn them against each other and give them razor blades on their feet. This practice is integrated into their culture and we enslave them again. I'm fully prepared. I've been training my whole life for this. Torturing the chickens in Kakariko Village doesn't count. Does choking the chicken count though? Choking. I'm an expert at choking the chicken. Edit. Choking the chicken is a euphemism for wanking where I'm from. It has nothing to do with BDSM/rough sex. Euphemisms aside, that is a sound plan. I'm going to wear my snow pants, winter coat, hat, gloves, etc. so they can't peck at me or claw me, and then I'm just going to whack them in the head with a baseball bat. I like your idea. I'd prefer to use a golf club myself, a good 9-iron. If we are gonna use sport accessories, I'm gonna go with a tennis racket. Yeet them in the air so they can experience at least once in their lives how flying feels. Nothing. These chickens have been bred in factory farms for generations. They are biologically inclined to become fat, slow moving and weak. They have been forced to eat and sit for the majority of their life. I at least get to go to the gym and jog. They pose no threat. Fat, slow moving and weak. That just sounds like humans with extra steps. Diogenes, is that you? I own around 50 chickens. And depending on the date it might be around 200 when our small chickens have grown. So I'm pretty sure I'm ducked. Map, I can fight 3 chickens naked and blindfolded with my balls covered in chicken feed. You have some interesting hobbies. Not at all, babe. If you grab a chicken by the neck and quickly helicopter it over your head, it's as good as dead in 3/4 spins. Just gotta be fast. Take 2 down in a few seconds. Throw their corpses to the side. And have a chickie #3. This is the same strategy for geese. People always seem to want to kick a goose and hope they scare it off. This only makes the goose angrier. You just gotta embrace your inner Undertaker and chakeslam those duckers. Yeah. Geese are all bluster. We eat them. They do not eat us. What are you doing, you stupid bird? Trying to awaken my primal urges? Is 7 chickens per person even enough to warrant a conversation? Like I could probably kill 3 chickens accidentally. It's not that big a deal. Given the number of children, elderly and otherwise infirm who cannot defend themselves, it'd probably come out closer to 5 or 6 chickens per able adult. This is true. And I thought about this. We could even fairly distribute it and say 4 per lesser able adult and 7 per more able adult. Even still, I would have no issues protecting myself from 7 chickens. Ha. Grabbed my great grandpa's chicken killing axe. I actually have it. He used to keep over 300 chickens at my house back when it was his, and he would use that axe to kill them. They will send the chicken commandos. To prevent the legendary grandpa's axe from entering the battle, you must face 20 chickens armed with razor blades. I will be ready with some chicken feed to distract them while I go in for the kills. I would go to the scythe store and bring it to the driving range to practice my swing. How would bringing a scythe to a racetrack help with anything? You've clearly never studied poultry dynamics. I've owned chickens before, ex-bats, and once witnessed them murder a much bigger bird by chasing it into a corner and hammering its skull in with their beaks. So it'd be ducking scared. How'd you get your bats to turn into chickens? This comment is just too stupid. I love it, lol. First comment I have actually laughed out loud for. Nope. I'm too lazy for fighting. I would just submit to my delicious new beaky overlords. I for one welcome our new tasty overlords. I have 2 Spanish greyhounds who were trained to hunt. Believe me, it will be super fun for them. Sit, relax and enjoy the show. Nice. I've got 10 German short-haired pointers. I'd just open the door. You mean a chicken coop? I can see quarantine is getting too op. I have an army of 34,903 ducks. Why, may I ask? Not that I'm bashing you. Your forces will be greatly appreciated during the war. I like big ducks. I cannot lie. Ganon must be behind this. Chickens are the real boss of Zelda. Ever defeat Ganon? Yes. Ever defeat a chicken? No. The question is, who will the geese support? Glockadoodle-doo Methodicas. I'd invite them into my house and ask if they'd want to have dinner and watch a movie with me. I will prepare a gourmet dish for them and offer the finest quality of wine. We all become good friends and the rest is history. Until you accidentally serve them roast chicken. I will befriend it. I'm now a chicken ally when all the humans lose. Lol. One time when I was in Hawaii, a chicken pecked my toe. I'm still kinda pissed about it. I'm ready for revenge. Dress up as Colonel Sanders. I would hypnotize them to fight for me. I'm not sure how. Better learn that before the chicken rebellion. But apparently you can hypnotize chickens. So, first I would calm them down. Then hypnotize them. Then recruit them to fight on my side and defend me. Then together we would hypnotize more of the chickens and convince them to follow us. By the end of the chicken rebellion I would have an enormous flock of loyal chickens who were brainwashed to my side. I'm not sure whether at that point I joined the rebellion, turning it to my own ends, and using my insider knowledge of how the rest of you intend to fight us to defeat you all, or whether my army and I just go and roost somewhere. An army of cats. In preparation, I'd be making Yorkshire puddings. carrot and sweet mash, cauliflower, roasters, stuffing and gravy. I'd be sure to take care of a few more than 2. 7. My freezer is empty. I've got a rock hammer and 2 cats within a few feet of me. I think I've got this. I would bow down before my new chicken overlords. Over the years I would perform various favors and quests for the Chicken King, all the while gaining the fancy of his queen. As time goes on, the queen and I grow fond of each other, becoming less discreet in our affairs. The king would start to gain some suspicion, but would come up with nothing tangible. That is, until the birth of the heir to his throne. With joy, the king watches as the prince hatches from his shell. As the prince rises from the debris, the face of the king grows pale at the sight of the foul monstrosity that has been brought into this world as a human chicken hybrid. Before he can react, I force the king to the dungeon. I take out the rage that has developed in me over the years due to my fallen brethren. In the only way I know how, I lather both of our bodies with honey mustard. For days, nothing can be heard from the dungeon but the sharp screeches of an adult male chicken. On the 7th day the king's body is no more. I withdraw from the dungeon and take my rightful place on the throne, surrounded by my queen, my subjects and a harem of the most beautiful chickens the mind can imagine. I live out my days happily, but occasionally reminiscent of my family before the rebellion. Food was scarce in that time. I'm not proud of what I had to do, but I'm no longer just a petty survivor. I am the Chicken King. Underrated comment, so I present this upvote. R15 opens Krusty Krab stores. Rev up those fryers, cause I sure am hungry. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.